The news wasn't supposed to break yet, but it did. Remember when we thought OpenAI was untouchable? When ChatGPT was the iPhone of our generation and Google was dead and buried? Forget it. The tables have turned, and they turned fast. Internal leaks have confirmed what Sam Altman tried to hide for months. OpenAI has declared code red. For the first time in history, ChatGPT's traffic has dropped. And it wasn't a stumble. It was a freefall for 2 consecutive months. Meanwhile, on the other side of the valley, Google Gemini hit the historic milestone of 650 million monthly users, swallowing the market that, until yesterday, belonged to OpenAI. Desperation has knocked on the door. You know that beautiful promise that artificial intelligence would be for the benefit of humanity. It went straight to the trash. Leaked this week. OpenAI will start placing ads in your conversations. If you aren't paying the $20 a month, you are no longer the customer. You have become the product. Today, on NowLeaked, we are going to crack open the black box of OpenAI's financial collapse. We will dissect the multi-billion-dollar loss, the betrayal of privacy, and why 2026 might be the year ChatGPT, as we know it, closes its doors. Let's start with the leak that started the fire. In December 2025, an internal memo circulated in the halls of OpenAI. The tone was not of year-end celebration. It was absolute panic. Sam Altman was clear with the team. Gemini is eating our lunch. And that is not hyperbole. The data shows a mass migration. Our sources indicate that major companies, including giants like Salesforce, have not renewed million-dollar contracts with the ChatGPT API to migrate to Google's infrastructure. But why is this happening now? The answer is simple and brutal. Ecosystem. OpenAI committed a fatal strategic error. They thought having the smartest model would be enough forever. They forgot that human laziness always wins. Gemini isn't just a website you visit. It lives inside your Android. It reads your emails in Gmail. It organizes your schedule. It summarizes your documents in Drive. ChatGPT is a browser tab you have to remember to open. Google's barrier to entry is 0. OpenAI's is a login screen. And in this war of attrition, the search giant won by exhaustion. The code red isn't about improving the technology. It's about the fact that they have nowhere to live on your phone. Now, let's talk about the part that hurts you the most. Privacy. Ads in AI are something disconcerting. Do you know who said that? Sam Altman himself, in an interview in 2024. He swore up and down that ads would be the last resort, that it would destroy trust in the platform. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the last resort. The confirmation came cold. Starting in the coming weeks, users on the free plan and the new Go plan will start seeing contextualized ads inside the chat. Think about the gravity of this. ChatGPT isn't Google search, where you type running shoes and expect to see an offer. ChatGPT is where you go to vent about anxiety. It's where you ask for career advice. It's where you draft confidential emails. Imagine you're discussing insomnia symptoms, and the AI interrupts you to recommend a sponsored prescription drug. Or asking for a dinner recipe and getting a DoorDash coupon in the middle of the answer. OpenAI says, in an official note, that it will not use your sensitive data to train the ads. Do you believe that? We are talking about the same company that trained its models by scraping the entire internet, including your data, your texts, and your photos, without asking anyone for permission. Believing they will respect your privacy now with a noose around their neck is naivety. But why this sudden change? Why betray user trust now? The answer has 14 billion reasons. Wall Street analysts project that OpenAI will close the fiscal year 2026 with an operating loss of $14 billion. That is not a typo. 14 billion. Keeping ChatGPT running costs a fortune in servers, electricity, and cooling. And the $20 subscription? It doesn't even keep the lights on. The math stopped adding up. They are burning cash like there's no tomorrow, and tomorrow has arrived. To make matters worse, Microsoft, who was the rich parent paying the bills, now competes directly with them using Copilot. Microsoft has already integrated AI into Windows, Office, Teams. They don't need ChatGPT anymore. OpenAI is alone in the desert. Without the infinite money from investors, and with costs doubling with every new GPT version, they needed a new source of income urgently. And the only thing left to sell was you. ChatGPT won't disappear tomorrow. The site won't go offline this week. But the golden age is over. It has stopped being the magical revolutionary technology of the future to become just another indebted service, fighting to survive, full of blinking banners trying to sell you things you don't want. While Apple tries to sell you the idea of privacy, even they had to surrender. Behind the scenes, the new Siri will run on Google Gemini's engine, because not even Apple could do it alone. OpenAI is cornered. On one side, Google dominates the infrastructure. On the other, Apple dominates the user. And in the middle of it all, OpenAI is desperately trying to pay the server rent. If you use ChatGPT free, get ready. Your screen is about to become a billboard. And your data? Well, that was sold a long time ago. The artificial intelligence revolution continues, but perhaps it continues without the company that started it all. If you want to understand the market before it swallows you whole, subscribe to NowLeaked. We follow the money, not the hype.